Hi everyone, Ray from Pro String London. A little bit more restringing today, a few more tutorials, why not? So today's racket is a badminton racket. It is the Yonex Arcsaber 7 Tour. Arcsaber is they have quite a few rackets under that collection, let's say. And this is the Arcsaber 7 Tour made by Yonex, guys. We're going to count up our strings. We're going to do a two-piece stringing job, one-piece stringing job, sorry, 2 knots. So let me start that again. We're going to do 13 1/4 lengths of the full racket. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and a little bit. I've just noticed that I've taken out the strings and one of the grommets have come out right here to be, so it's got to be attached to the string somewhere. Let's see if I can salvage it. There it is. Sometimes with the paint, guys, watch out for that, especially if you don't have spare grommets. I do, obviously, but so I've just taken some string out of the garbage, out of the garbaccio or the bin, you know what I mean. There it is. Well, because of the paint, or sometimes the way we cut the strings, it can take the grommets with it. Salvaged it. Cool. Wouldn't have been a problem anyway because I've got lots of spare grommets. But sometimes other people do not have spare grommets. If you're planning to do badminton rackets, small tip but very valuable one probably, make sure you buy some grommets. Badminton grommets are not expensive. They're quite cheap. But there you go. I get clients that take their own strings out sometimes because it's very good to take your strings out in badminton, tennis and squash, but especially badminton. I can see a lot of warped rackets. Not that they're, badminton rackets are quite good at going back into their original shape. They're very delicate. So in one way kind of good, another way bad. And if there's any warping or anything like that. So always tell your clients to cut their badminton strings out, release the tension even if they don't take the strings out. But what happens, I find a lot of times clients are coming back to me, they've taken their strings out, but they've also on the way taken out grommets. So hey, you be more careful. I just let them know, be careful, it's going to cost you, 50p a grommet. Good to know, thank you, blah blah blah. All right guys, excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I believe this racket is brand new, has been strung with factory strings. It's quite new, never been strung before apart from factory. And there you go, guys. We have 22 by 22, I'd imagine. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. All right, 22 mains by 22 crosses. Make sure the racket is able to move around a little bit. Don't tighten the rackets on your machines very tight at all. We are going 23 pounds of tension, guys. Oh wait, no, 24, sorry. That was the last racket, 24, and here we go. So I counted 10 mains to each side, or to one side at least, to measure my short side. Short side is where you the side that you're going to tie your first finishing knot. Only 2 knots in this racket, no starting knots. I'm only doing 2 knots, one piece stringing job, guys. As it's a new racket, all the grommets seem to be in very healthy condition. As you'd imagine on a newer racket, I know the racket has been used because the plastic's been taken off the handle, and I've added an overgrip which has been quite well used. But pretty much this racket does not have a scratch on it, which is great to see. Always good to see a nice, healthy new racket. Right, I need to sort my Spanish number out. I've got an eSIM and a Spanish SIM card in my phone, and despite not using it, even if someone calls me, I'm getting charged. Even if I don't answer the phone, So thank you, Brexit. A bit of politics we can talk in this video. In the UK, if you guys are not familiar, Brexit has changed lots of things. For example, now using a foreign number, you're gonna get stung. So that just cost me, someone trying to call me on my Spanish number just cost me like €4. It activates my data, etc, etc. Load of bull, in my opinion. I need to cancel my roaming again. But anyway, long story short, well, 3 to each side, guys. Stringing always with compensating your tension to each side of the racket. You don't want to be doing all your mains on one side on any type of racket, but especially on badminton rackets. Check the video, still rolling since the other day, since I made a video. Thought I was making one anyway. It stopped after 45 seconds, so all good in the hood though. So like I say, 3 and 3, and then another 3. This is 6, and then we go back to the other side, stringing symmetrically. Don't try to cut corners. Don't try to be smart. Just make things simple. Follow instruction. Hopefully I can give you guys some good tips and some valid instructions. But yes, be very careful with badminton rackets. It's very notorious of people breaking them, especially if you don't have any experience. You could be a very experienced stringer, don't get me wrong, but if you've never done a badminton racket, it is very, very different, guys. I've been doing tennis my whole life, last 6-7 years. Squash and badminton. I tried watching lots of tutorials and stuff for badminton. I bought a racket. I bought a cheap 20-30 pound racket, strung it a bunch of times before I touched anyone else's racket. So I made sure I was confident before I started offering the badminton service. So I bought a cheap racket, did it a few times, seemed to be all good. Started off with a few clients, and now I'm very popular without making my head bigger than it probably already is. Now I'm very popular in London for the badminton community. I'm actually wanting to I'm going to start some events, tennis, squash and badminton. Next month we start our UTR tennis events at Duke's Meadows, which is the regional west side tennis center. So really excited and looking forward to starting that venture again after being stopped last year. Not because of myself, but because of the club I was using. They unfortunately asked me to stop. But anyway, it's something I do want to get into. I don't want to be stringing my whole life. Day and night, it's how it is currently. I don't mind stringing. I actually quite like stringing. Very therapeutic. I put on my Netflix. I put on my little bit of music. I do my thing. Nobody really bothers me. Well, I mean, apart from the obvious, I get lots of phone calls every day. So on and so on. I actually just forgot to call back the client, I believe, didn't I? Or did I not? Oops. I'll have to wait. Oh, I think I called them back, didn't I? There you go. There's where my head's at. Just came off another badminton tutorial for a what's it called? Can't remember now. Something light. Voltric, or whatever it's called. That collection. Anyway, guys, as you can see, I'm using stringing aids. That way it gives me a bit more spacing in between the main string that's now covering my cross holes. Every time I'm using a stringing aid, it's because it's covering my cross grommet or hole, hole grommet. So for those of you that need a bit more specific instruction here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're at the top of the frame. Skip 1, 7, skip 1, 8, skip 1, 9, skip 1, 10, and again skip 1, 11, which is very different to our bottom part of the racket. So pretty much skipping one cross string. You can see that the way the grommets are pointing anyway, but again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, skip 1, 7, skip 1, 8, skip 1, 9, skip 1, 10, and again skip 1, 11. I've got 9 to this side, and I now have completed this side with the 11 mains. We've got 2 more to go here. And then, as always, as if you may have seen some of my other badminton tutorials, I don't put, this is our short side. This is the side we're going to tie our knot on. My last 11th main. Up the tension, guys. 15 to 20% is the recommendation. Now my clamp is in the way of me getting my string out. Gotcha. I do have some covering here, but I'm going to leave it as is. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on our 8th main, which I knew, but just counting it out with you guys. Most of the Yonex are strung exactly the same way. Don't forget to up your tension, as I'm doing now, on your crosses by 0.5. If your machine doesn't do 0.5, I'm not entirely sure what to tell you. I don't know if it's better just to leave it as is, but Yonex does recommend that you go 0.5 up on tension on the crosses to keep its isometrical shape. It's top of most modern Yonex rackets. They all say isometric at the top, indicating that it does have a bit of a, it's not exactly circular or round. So therefore, that's why they recommend it, to try to keep its isometric shape. They have an isometric system on all their badminton rackets. I think that it is on all of them. Don't take my word for it, double check yourself, but I'm quite sure. I mean, I can tell you now, look, this racket here is an older model, also isometric. This is the one I just come off doing Vault Trick Light on that one. Anyway, without confusing anybody about anything, crack on with this one. Thursday today, guys. Thursday, 21st of March, I believe. Yes, it is. 21st. A week to go before I go to Spain. Yes. Guys, tie your knot. Don't pull it too hard, please. Whatever you do, it's very easy to cut through your main string, or even just rip the string in itself. So this racket, I believe, was dropped off on Tuesday. We're on time. Hopefully moving on to Wednesday rackets today. Yep, after this. It has been a crazy week again. Yep, again. It's good though. It's good. It's not bad. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Being busy is good. It's just when it gets too busy, when the phone doesn't stop, and it can be a bit intense. Plus my own personal and family life beneath me. Kids are at school now, nursery and kindergarten. Wife is in the office. So today I'm got some peace and quiet until 3 p.m. It is now 10 past 11 a.m. London, UK time. Trying to put out as much content out there, guys, for you guys to benefit. Hopefully you stumble up, you get, well, no, not hopefully you get stuck, but if you get stuck, hopefully you can find the racket you're looking for on our YouTube channel, which I'll keep growing one racket at a time. So many different rackets out there, which we get our hands on. I thought, why not just record everything I'm doing, just upload it to YouTube, which I'll eventually start uploading to Instagram as well. Obviously makes much more sense, makes a lot of sense. Someone was saying to me the other day, oh, well, but you're giving all the information away. Why don't you get them? That's not entirely beneficial, seeing that you teach people how to string for money. I do some courses. I teach people how to string from scratch. Give them that personal feeling, kind of stringing here next to me. I'll be, I tend to do some small stringing courses, 1 to 2 people at a time max, and they'll come to my house where I am now. And they'll, I give them, unlimited support. I charge about £300 to £300, depending on how long it takes them. but generally 300 with unlimited support. You can always come back and string with me for as many hours as you'd like, so there's no restrictions there. I have never taught anybody to badminton rackets, guys, actually, just tennis and squash, which are generally pretty straightforward, but it's like everything, you need to stick at it. You can't give up. I was just currently, last 2 weeks I've been teaching, you may find the videos of him on YouTube, a kid called Kai. I think he's given up now. He wants easy cash. He wants to go straight into a job and be paid. I think he's gonna let go of going to school very soon. This might be his last school year, I don't know now. But he hasn't come back after his fourth session with me, which I was willing, the agreement was I teach him for free. I would put in my knowledge and time into him, and he would put in his time and learn this skill. But it looks like there's been no more communication. This is not the first time I see it. You know, I put my neck out there for some people. Look, it's fine, it's not a problem, no hard feelings, but it is a little bit annoying for me that someone says, yeah, I want to learn, and then they find out it's going to be, well, he knew from the beginning it was going to be unpaid, as I'm investing my time, which is money, into him. 4 days he did, 4 half days if you'd like, or 4 times 2 or 3 hours at the very most, and I just kind of disappeared off the planet. But anyway, it's fine. Kai, no hard feelings if you're watching this. Guys, back to the stringing. As you can see, I'm always supporting my string when it's literally being pulled. Move your hand, guys. Move that string up and down the mains. Don't pull the string without moving the string across, up and down your mains. You will damage your string. You will mark your string. You will make yourself look unprofessional once final product is complete, which is our restringing job. Up, down, up, up. Simple stuff, but very important. Small detail, but at the same time, small things can be very big in the scheme of things, in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, if you come back, someone brings you, I've seen it many times, where the stringer's just pulling like a madman, or a woman, of course, and it turns out the string is then damaged. But it's all good. It's all good. That's what we're here for, trying to give you guys as much positive advice. As you can see, guys, I don't know if I've mentioned yet, stringing one ahead. So I'm not just pulling one string and then another one by one, always weaving that second string ahead. It makes the weave much easier. I'm not even going to go there. I'm not even going to try to show you guys. Oh, and I always give it and then I'll say, oh, okay, I'll show you. But take my word for it, this weave that I'm doing now is much easier to do it ahead of your other one that's already been done. Literally, it probably takes me 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds more to weave, which adds up to probably, you know, a few more minutes on your racket. So do yourself a favor and string one ahead. Don't pull that string. Weave one more. Yes, that's right. Weave one more. Don't have a very sharp end here, so that's not going to work. Let's see. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Come on. I really don't want to use the awl. This is the problem sometimes with the Yonex BG80 or these kind of thin strings. They're really not resistant to pushing through across a... And that was so close as well. I can see it, but I can't get it. And now I've got this in the way. Damn. Some of the fun stuff that we come across in the badmintons. There you have it. Normally a very sharp edge or end will do the job as it just did now. Just get that angle right. And it should come through. Sometimes it can be really stubborn and you have to use your awl, which I'm not a big fan of, especially in badminton rackets. Tennis, squash, different story. Come on. You were going through, you're right there. Don't do that to me. And again, I can see it's there. Went through. Persevere, persevere. Try a couple times, guys, before you get your weapon out. I mean this. String is trying to ravel, you see? I'm gonna hold it all the way. Make sure it doesn't have any twisting in it. Just had to pull down. That's why I use the stringing aids, which are just basic polyester strings from tennis. Stringing aids, basic a polyester string, doesn't matter basic or not basic. Quite frankly, this is the Hyper G. I think that I had some leftover piece of string in the garbage. Cut up 6 string aids, for example. So don't like string touching the fixtures. There you go. Now there's a tiny gap of 1 to 2 centimeters. Make sure when you're pulling your strings, there's nothing touching your string. Can affect the tension. And just not healthy generally. All right, guys, it's coming to an end. Just for again go through this quickly with you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Skip 1, 7. Skip 1, 8. Skip 1, 9. Skip 1, 10. 10 is shared hole on your 10th main cross. Skip 1, 11. So it's the same as the bottom. Cut myself a sharp edge again, guys. Keep cutting those edges, make sure they're nice and sharp, which actually really benefit me on this one because I have very little space here. I do have a stringing aid here, and even then having some smaller issues getting the string through, which therefore using the awl, pushing the string down without touching the frame. You don't want to be touching the frame with anything, guys. Not the clamps, nothing. Bless me. Bless me. Sorry. I'm sure that sounds pretty loud on that side. Two more crosses. Can probably get rid of this these 2 stringing aids now, which pretty much didn't do much for me on this occasion, but they're normally quite a good idea, especially when you start out badminton. You're like, how do I get the string through? It does become easier, guys, as you gain more experience with badminton rackets. It does get easier. Same with tennis and squash as well. You do get a lot of, on every single racket there'll generally be a few holes, your cross holes being covered. My end is gone again, doesn't matter. Cut it nice and no space, bottom or top. Nice. I was being sarcastic, by the way. Not nice. This side, the edge has gone through, but it needs a little help with the awl, unfortunately. Be careful using the awl, guys. Can't tell you enough. Right, my last cross string, upping my tension 15%. Recommendation is 15 to 20. Hopefully no awl needed. Come on. I think that's just gone through. There we go. I'm gonna get rid of my stringing aids. I feel like they haven't done much for me on this on this occasion, unfortunately. Alright guys. Why are you sleeping? Why are you sleeping? Okie dokie. Guys, who are the best badminton players in this last 10 years? Is there someone that has dominated, like a Rafael Nadal or a Roger Federer? I don't watch badminton. I've watched the odd YouTube clip and stuff, the highlights of stuff, but I don't know any names, where anybody's from. I'm completely ignorant when it comes to that. I can string a good racket. Tell me guys, if you can guys inform me, if I can read some comments. If you, instead of Googling stuff, let's try to be a community here. Tell me who's who are the best time, or maybe in history, or who's won the most world championships. Give me some info, guys. Let's try to open this this channel to some cool stuff. Leave some comments. Guys, there you have it. Hopefully the racket just pops off nice and easy like it has done for me. Straighten up your strings. I've got some pretty straight strings here. I find that my mains need more straightening normally than my crosses, just because of the clamp and the size of our rackets, and badminton being quite small head sizes. There you have it, guys. Another done. Another one for the book. For the books. Guys, Yonex Arcsaber 7 Tour. Alright guys, sounds very crisp to me. Take care of yourself, guys. Hopefully there was some information, some valuable information for you there. Again, any questions, any feedback, anything it is, please be kind, whatever it is. And happy stringing, guys. Take care. Bye bye for now.